to Align and Elevate. Love who you are. A show where I can be me and you can be you. Let's get started. Hello, everyone. This is Melanie coming to you again from Texas, doing the Align and Elevate Love Who You Are. And today I'm going to be talking to my friend Stacie, who I just met, but we already feel like we are soul sisters, which is so fun. So she is going to talk about heartistry. Is that right? Did I say it right?
Well, Heartist,
Heartist.
all the same. It's all
Hearty,
perfect.
hearty, or all the things. And I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit more about what she does and her mission in life. So take it away, Stacie.
Thank you so much, Melanie. It's been such an honor, like getting to know you. Even though we've known each other for a week, it feels like a lifetime in a good way. And I really appreciate you asking me to be on your show with you today. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right.
My name is Stacie Sholer, and hopefully I get all the things that you asked for. Next thing would be services I offer. Is that what you wanted me to tell you?
Yeah, kind of what your business is or the name of your business.
Yeah, the name of the umbrella of my business is called Harmonious Living. And my main service that I offer is spiritual mentorship. It's a 4-month journey with each client, whether it's a small group or one-on-one. And I do lots of different healing modalities as a part of that 4-month journey. In addition to connection with them, I also am a commissioned artist, spiritual artist, all intuitive art. And I also facilitate different art classes. And so the class names are called Art from the Heart. Hence the name, how it was birthed, the Heartist Journey, because every single one of my clients who comes to a class, whether it's a first time or you come many times, first time you come, you're a Heartist. So,
And show
not
me your
artist,
book.
Heartist.
Show me your book because I
Yeah.
know you're excited about that because it just came out, right?
Well, it's not officially published till January, actually.
Oh, it doesn't come
But
out until January. Nice.
yeah, so you get sneak peeks. Whoop,
Sneaky Pete.
whoop.
I love it. It is so pretty.
Thank you so much. Did I hold it up long enough? Okay,
Yeah. And I am
perfect.
so excited because I'm gonna do the vision class with you on January the 4th, and I'm gonna invite a few friends to come over and do it with me. So it's gonna be so fun.
We're so excited to have you. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of fun, and the way that I do the classes are it's a niche, So um the clients come in and the heartists come in. And I always go like this, heartist, because one time when I was saying heartist, one of the people who I was saying that to is like, the hardest journey? I'm like,
Oh,
no, not the hardest. We don't want it to be a hard journey.
the
Heartist.
journey. There you go. I love that.
So
That
funny.
that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's a very like any art class that I do. So I do vision boards and also canvas painting art classes too. And every single time we have a theme. So let's just say one of the themes is angel or Buddha or a mandala. Um, it's never about the subject. It's about what the client experiences with inside of themselves in their heart. And that's why they're called heartists. And I'll have professional artists come in who do that for a living. I'll have people who've never touched a canvas or a vision board in their life or any of that. And then people who are repeat people who come to art from the heart because of what they discover and experience within inside of themselves and the connections they make throughout the class. And it's just such a special, special journey. And like even people will repeatedly come to the same um like theme, like an
Mhm.
angel heart class or art class.
Mhm.
Even if they've been 3 times, they'll come again because they know it's not about the theme, it's about their experience of themselves. So
And
And
so each time it's fresh and new each time they do it, right? Because they
yeah.
go in deeper and deeper and learn something more about themselves each time.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's all about every service that I offer is all about the client's journey into loving and accepting who they are. And you know what? I'm also I will be a forever student of that because there's always more love and acceptance to deepen within. So everything that the foundation of my business is all about that, and every service I offer is about that.
I love that.
Yeah,
And so you mentioned that you do a 4 month container where you work one on one with someone.
yeah, I do one-on-ones and I do 4 months with I'm sorry, it is 4 months. I do one-on-ones and I do small groups. So the small groups that I do is only up to 6 people because I like to keep things very intimate.
Hmm.
So like certain clients don't have the budget to do one-on-ones with me, so that's why I created a small group as well.
I love that.
Hmm.
Very cool. And
Yeah.
so take me through what that looks like if you're doing that longer container with you. What do y'all do with those kind of things?
It's so custom, like it's all channeled, meaning like intuitive, same thing.
Hmm.
So there's no plan week by week for it. The only plan is about deepening the love and acceptance within. So spirit creator speaks, gives me messages to figure out like, or not figure out, but to for me to be in flow with what happens. So to just kind of summarize a bit is each one of my clients choose an energy that they want to deepen the embodiment of. And so certain clients could choose in love, like deepening the love within, could be nurture, it could be anything you want. These are just
Hmm.
some examples. And so what that journey is about is every session is 2 to 3 hours that I have with each client, whether it's a group or one-on-one,
Okay.
and their time is spent however they want it to be. So
Right.
if the example, especially more so the one-on-ones than the groups, because there's a group of people, but every week we get together, there's typically a meditation, and then there's a lot of shares and um, deep, vulnerable shares is what I mean by that. And so, say a client chooses, I'll use me for an example, and this is the story of this is actually in my book too. I was the energy that I had chose about 4.5 years ago was in love. Well, in order to deepen in love, I share with my clients it's impossible, I believe, to deepen the embodiment of in love in harmonious situations. The only way to deepen it, I believe, is through the opposite, right? It's through a trigger, like when you're agitated by something or something somebody does or that you see, or if you're triggered by something. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. If you have questions, just let me know too,
I
so I
know.
can
I'm thinking.
deepen it. Okay,
I'm
okay,
thinking.
okay. So, like, example, if I am, this is a great example. It doesn't ever have to be like a big bang when I say a trigger, but here's something that happened when I was like deepening the embodiment of in love. I was probably about a month and a half into deepening that energy within. And I got in an accident and I broke my back. And talk about finding hidden places. Not only was I in a lot of pain physically,
Right.
I I was in like so much sadness and like emotional pain because it helped me to see like how much of a lone ranger I was at that time. And
Mm,
do you know what I mean by that?
yep.
Yeah, like everything I can just do by myself. I don't need anybody to help me, da da da. And not in a rude way. It's just like I was very independent and Lone
Right.
Ranger, right? I was single at the time. All of my kids had moved out. I mean, they're in their 30s now,
Mm-hmm.
um, and mid 20s back then. And and I had just started dating a guy and he totally disappeared in the middle of all of that.
Wow.
Um, and I couldn't drive anywhere, yet I after I was out of two hospitals needed to go to physical therapy 3 days a week. So I was just like on an island by myself. And at that time, that was really eye-opening to me because I really wanted my partner in my life, my husband, who I have now. Um, but at that time, I went from the hospital to home by myself. And so talk about deepening, like seeing really like a lighthouse shining all over the different places where love didn't exist within me. Like all the suffering that I had created myself was coming up, meaning like the loneliness, the fear, the abandonment, like all those types of things were coming up for me um in the midst of healing my back. I was also healing my heart.
So would you consider the in love part also is it kind of about receiving and being able to receive love also? Is
Oh
that
yeah.
kind of the same? Because that's
Yeah.
one thing I'm actually working on myself right now, and I'm working with clients that are working on it too. So I think it's, I don't want to say a universal theme right now, but it kind of is. I mean, I think that's, who knows what caused it originally, but we have trouble receiving in a deeper way, I would
Mm.
say. Don't you think?
Yeah, and here's something that I believe is I'm not able to love you any different than I love myself. It's impossible.
And that goes back to oneness, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm forever like infinitely on the journey of deepening the love and acceptance of myself as well as guiding through my mentorship programs.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to just be my mentorship programs. People get a little slice of it in my 4-hour art classes too, but it goes real deep if they're working, on journey with me for 4 months. Um, but yes, I believe that that work is never done for
Yeah,
sure. Like there's always more.
I agree with that.
So that's what
Very.
I mean by a trigger. Like that's a big example of a big bang. But another one could be like we're sitting in rush hour traffic and someone cuts you off and it's like,
Right.
you might get mad by that. And we have no idea what's happening with that person,
Yep.
right? Not to say like, oh, let's just all be la 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 la, hug a tree, everything is great all the time. Like, not at all. I don't mean it like that. Like, because
No.
we're humans, it, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So, like, it's so okay to experience all the emotions, but those places that I'm pointing to, the triggers are where we access the places that are hidden within us, where we don't even know are there until a trigger happens. And then we get to reframe that and not fix it, not solve it, not prove we're right or they're wrong or anything like that, right? Instead, it's just being an acceptance of that was never not supposed to happen. Why? Because it did,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly, gosh, I don't know how long ago. That whole being right thing and wrong thing, that was one of my, I call them templates. That was one of mine that was running all the
Yeah.
time.
Mm.
And probably in the last maybe 3 years, it might every now and then come up, but it's not 100% like it used to be. Maybe 10 or 20% of it
Yeah.
every now and then will pop in. But now that I'm aware of it and know it and have changed it and shifted, it might come up like that, but then I can stop in that moment and go, there is, and if you'd have told me this a long time ago, I probably would have said you are smoking crack. There is no such thing as right and wrong
Hmm.
in anything. There are infinite possibilities of everything.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I have to remind myself of that sometimes just because of that way I was brought up, really and truly. And I'm not saying that to be mean to any of my ancestors. I'm saying that's just the way the world was.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
how many
It,
of us were told, fold the towels just like this? Load, this one is a big one trigger for me. Load the dishwasher like this, you know,
yeah.
because that's the right way. I used to tell my kids that all the time, and my husband and whoever. And now it's however the dishes get done. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
And I will even purposely switch up the way I load the dishwasher myself every now and then
That's cool.
to
That's super
keep
cool.
that flow and that template from solidifying into a right or a wrong way, so to speak.
Yeah. That's
You
huge.
know?
Yeah, and so in the mentorship, it's about like them sharing with each other, if it's a group or if it's one-on-one, just me, like on the court examples of, and when I say on the court, I mean real life. Okay, tell me a time when you were triggered this past week.
Right.
Because if their energy that they're wanting to deepen the embodiment is trust, well, they're going to be triggered by something that they're trying to control,
Yep.
right? Which we don't have control of anyway. And so it helps them to deepen, like, oh, like understand things differently when they look at, like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
that control is really running my life.
Yeah.
And if they want trust or freedom, it's important. Awareness is great, but then what? So there's different like assignments that I'll do that's all channeled as well. Like recent last week's session with the group that I did. An example of that is I was tapping into just being present with them. Every time it's me being very present with them and
Right.
teaching or guiding them to do that as well. I could sense like there was some tension building up in some of them, right? Because of the triggers and the anger through the energy. I could feel it. So like and resentment, if I didn't already say that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I gave them this forgiveness exercise, which is also in my book, because I in my book I share different tools that have helped me.
Nice.
And the forgiveness exercise, and it's all optional because it's their journey. I'm like, there's not a pass or a fail, though these are things that come to me for a reason, and it will support you in deepening the energy you're choosing if you do it. But you don't have to do it because it's your journey.
Yeah.
And so they do that in their own time. And it's a pretty lengthy process, but really powerful exercise because, and another thing is creating the space energetically within so that we can welcome the things that we do want. It's essential, like, we squeeze an orange, what's going to come out? The juice, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And but it's not wrong or bad to be in a trigger or be irritated or be angry. And oftentimes, I'll use I as an example is, like throughout my lifetime, I chose suffering, right? But I don't have suffering, I believe, comes from not being in acceptance of self or others around, you know?
Yeah. I've never thought of it exactly like that, but definitely see that.
Yeah, is suffering totally, right?
Yep.
Because then that brings irritation, and then the story keeps looping and looping and looping and looping, and oh, and then justification of that story, and like, oh, they blah blah blah, instead it's like you said, there's no right or wrong, there just is.
And I'm a very straightforward person. I don't sugarcoat things. And I know that's not cool with some people, but sorry, that's just who I am. And I say stuff like, gosh, I just lost it. Something, I don't even know where I learned this. When you blame someone else, you are literally handing them your power.
Mm,
Like you're saying, just owning your own suffering, owning that you did part of whatever was happening, being responsible for that is
mhm.
to me the first step. Is you have to say, oh wait, hang on. Where am I? What was within me that created the situation that's here in front of me right now?
Yeah,
Start there
yeah,
and then move forward through it, like you're saying, and work through those triggers and those emotions that are coming up and say, okay, what is all of that about?
yeah.
And especially if it's an unpleasant situation and you don't want to experience it again,
Mhm.
highly encourage people to do those steps so that it doesn't come around again and probably bigger next time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I say you can either be hit with a feather or you can be hit with a 2x4. Which would you prefer?
Feather, please.
Feather, please.
But sometimes I still choose a 2x4, you know? And more, it's more so the feather now, but like
Yes.
still, sometimes I choose a 2x4, you know?
And I did hear something the other day. Where did I hear stuff all over and I can't remember where. So I'm sorry if I don't give credit to the right people. But it was like the thought that we think we have to learn through suffering, but
Mm,
what if we learned through joy?
yeah.
And I just got my tingles when I said that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why don't we just be in more joy and learn and experience life that way?
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's
Yeah.
time. Let's do that for 2026. Let's change it.
Or for forever. That'd be amazing.
Right?
Right?
It's
Yeah.
like, let's try it a different way.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah.
so your container, is it set as far as like when you're going to start your next group, or how does that
Yeah.
work?
Yeah, I have my next group that all my like new cycles, meaning like the 4-month cycle, starts in January. So
Great.
I think it's the second. I don't know what the date is and so forth off, like I don't have it memorized, but it's
That's
like
good. But
the 7th or something like that of
so
January.
people can, if they hear this before then, there would be time then for them to jump into the next container.
Yeah, and one-on-ones, it's a lot simpler to jump into,
All right.
because the groups, it's like a set date, a set day, a set time every week. So it's once a week on Zoom, the groups are, so anyone can, I'm in Arizona, so anyone outside of Arizona or the US can
Mm-hmm.
hop on the Zoom with us. And so that's a set date and time, but one-on-ones you get to schedule whenever you want. So
Mm-hmm.
that's they get a lot more freedom with that.
Yeah.
So all of them are equally powerful. It's just the power of a collective is amazing, the ripple effect of that, and one-on-ones are very powerful as well. But another thing that I do as well that uh, typically this is my mentorship clients do this. I do transpersonal psychotherapy too, aka shadow work,
Mm-hmm.
aka, like um art therapy. There's a lot of different names to it, but really deep work. And typically I reserve that for my clients who are working one-on-one or in a group mentorship with me,
Mm-hmm.
because it's such deep work. I mean, the therapy is 4 days long, not all day and all night, but it's consecutively all in a row. And it's so powerful. I love the results that those who sign up to do that. receive in their life. They deepen so much freedom within themselves. Um, and yeah, so that's incredible as well.
So that's a workshop that you're talking about, right?
No,
It's
it's
a,
actual therapy.
I know, but it's a dedicated 4 days. You're saying that you
Mhm.
do this? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
all together, sort of.
yeah. And I could play with doing that on Zoom. However, that would be a new experience for me. I prefer that to be in person, though, like
Yeah,
I'm open to doing on Zoom, only if the client's been is on my spiritual mentorship journey, because I'll get more of a tap into like where they're at,
yeah,
on
yeah.
that
I
journey.
could see where that's one of those things that in person's going to be a little more. I don't know. I would say in person would be better for something like that.
Yeah, well, and the reason why I only at this point in time do it with, I mean, there would be like a whole um, Q&A before I'd accept someone who is
Right.
not one of my mentorship clients, just to vet and see if we're a mutual fit for each other. Because
Hmm.
why right now I'm very firm with only doing that type of work with my mentorship clients is because I believe integration is even more important than the therapy.
Right.
And so I'll be working with them, for a
Continually.
while. Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I agree with that wholeheartedly. That a lot of, I mean, I'm sure you know this, but people will go do these ceremonies that are a day or two long, but then they're just kind of hanging out there in the wind and don't have any way to integrate what they've even come across
Yeah.
during that time. And that's not good,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
a firm believer in that for sure. Yeah.
Well, that's
So
beautiful.
it's hard to explain an experience, but hopefully you get kind of the gist of some of the things I do, but it's really more like to experience it. And on my website, the whole write-up of my mentorship was created as a result of my web person interviewing my mentorship clients at the time. Um, and they described to her how their experience of mentorship was, and that's how that whole blurb on my mentorship was birthed. So, like, you
Wow.
can get the client's point of view of how that
Hmm.
is.
That's interesting because people would ask me what I do, and I'm like, I don't know, ask somebody that I work with because I can't put it into words.
Yeah.
Because I do everything like you very intuitively. So there's
Hmm.
not a name or a title to it.
Yeah.
It's just the best way I can describe it is holding space for another human to walk their journey. And
Yeah.
I'm there to help them shine some light on different areas that they may not see.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely. It's hard to see it when you're in it, right?
yes. And I have reluctantly learned this myself because, like you, I was the independent one and I can do it all by myself and all of that. But in the last, I mean, I've had help throughout the years from different people, kind of over here and over here and over here, but never kind of like what you're saying is stay with one person for long enough to kind of walk through something. But just recently in the last year, I did that last year, kind of a business coach, mentor person. This year, I'm in the middle of working with somebody till January. So we're doing a 12-week container, and I'm sure I will find the next one, and it might even be you,
Oh, I'd be honored. Oh my
later on during the year. So I highly recommend
God.
finding, like you said, somebody that you resonate with, that you can work with, you can be vulnerable with, and really go deep into some of that stuff.
Yeah, such a gift.
Because the transformation that can happen is truly amazing.
Oh gosh, it's like that's why I continue on that journey, because like we deepen together, and
Mhm.
I'm not, like um there's no different levels. Yes, I would be like I'm the mentor, but I'm also growing with my clients. It's
Yeah.
such an honor. And I purposefully will share my own on the court examples with my clients because I want them to remember, like, I'm on the journey with you. I'm holding the container for you, though there's no pedestals for either one of us. Like, we're on a journey together, and I always say this, it's funny because clients will sometimes say, "Oh, I I don't know if I want to share." I go, "Share this." And I'm like, "Let me tell you this. I totally understand how you feel. And there's nothing you could ever say or do where I would jeopardize me loving and accepting you just as you are. And it's all confidential. So,
Yeah.
like, it goes nowhere except for between us, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
yeah, because it's deep. Like, we just never know what's going to come up because the story is the access to what lies deep underneath the story.
Yeah.
And so the story is always the gateway. And we go in that gate. I'm like, and I always ask permission. Do you want to go in there?
Right.
And sometimes they're like, oh,
Like, nope.
like Stacy. And I'm like, well, this this is why you hired me, right? And I'm willing to go there with you because I want you to be free and love and accept you just like I do, though I can't do it for you. And we don't
Right.
have to go there, though I'm telling you, you have so much, and don't take my word for it because you have so much evidence in your own life when you were willing to go there how much freedom you experienced as a result of going there,
Right. Right.
So
Yep.
but it's not fun, you know?
Not in the moment, it's not, but it honestly it doesn't last that long if there's so much fear built up around that once you get past that, I don't want to say it's easy sailing, but it's not as bad as we try to make it out to be.
Yeah,
And perspective is huge on that part of it, I would say too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So tell me, how did you come about writing your book?
Well, that's such an awesome question. So I was at a crossroads in my life. We had just sold our business. And when I say crossroads, I was in a space of I was in massive suffering. And I didn't know this at the time. I didn't know then what I know now. Though at that time, my whole identity was my business,
Mm,
everything, my clients, my employees, like everything except for me, right?
yeah.
And so at that time, I was in a space where, okay, if I don't start my spiritual journey right now, and I had no idea what that meant, I might not be here physically. It was that, like, that's how deep my suffering was at that
Mm-hmm.
time. I had just put two of my kids in different behavioral treatment programs, and they were adults.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was in therapy myself. And because I was just like, I was in so much fear, so much pain, so much sadness. Um, I didn't know how to teach anyone, let alone myself, because I wasn't even experiencing it.
Right.
So at that time, I had gone through a bunch of different classes and I discovered, I came upon a couple different life coaches at that time who were super nurturing, super patient, loving,
Mm-hmm.
like all the things I didn't know how to embody. I had forgotten, right?
Yeah.
Um, and so at that time, one of my life coaches had encouraged me because of being in that crossroads. I'd lived in this huge house and I was working all the time, and like my life was very corporate-y at that time.
Right.
And I was at a crossroads to decide, should I stay with the company who just bought us, or should I leave and begin like to deepen my spiritual journey and living my purpose, like creating a business with purpose. So at that time, she had encouraged me to journal, go in every room of the house and journal, like in those rooms. And it
Yeah.
had nothing to do with the rooms. It had everything to do with like the memories of those rooms. And the more I hand wrote journal, like handwriting, the more I discovered the gifts that happened in that home that I had bought at when I had bought it. It was all about like having all these different things in the home that I would spend time with my family. Well, that never happened, like because I had to work. I was a single mom,
Right.
so hard to pay for all of it.
Right.
And and then also, here's the point, like I didn't know how to have a relationship with my kids because I didn't have a relationship with myself.
Mm.
Business was easy. The relationships were not. And that was way back in,
Wow.
I think, 2016.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah. And so writing those journals, and I probably have at least 15 journals from that house. And that's how the book started.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I didn't start actually writing the book because I mean you could imagine like 15 journals, like who's gonna read a book that big? Come on. So I found my ghostwriter, Carrie, who's the one who connected us together,
Hmm.
and she helped me birth this book. So 2019 is when we started it. And then I broke my back in 2021. I was very resistant to writing this book. And so I paused it. I thought it was finished. And then last year at my weekend workshop that I had in November of 2024, I got a message it's called Connecting with the Creator session, which is a healing modality. I
Hmm.
got a download. Creator said, publish your book. I'm like, what? And and creators like it's not about publishing your book, it's about the journey of you publishing your book.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Carrie again because it'd been this long pause, right? And I said, Carrie, after I got that download, not obviously that day because I was facilitating, but like probably within a week of that class, I reached out to her and I said, did we ever finish the book? Because I don't even have the transcript. And she goes, here it is. So she sends it to me and I literally read it for the first time. I'm not kidding you.
Oh, wow.
In 2024, December of 2024. Then I rehired her again and I realized it wasn't finished. And we finished the book this summer and very different energy, like rewrote a whole bunch of things because the
Oh, wow.
energy before was not like of, I can't wait to share this with the world.
Uh-huh.
It was more like, okay, I committed to this, so I'm going to finish it. But in the beginning. And then when I came back again a few years later with Carrie, the energy was different. Like I'm looking forward to sharing some of the things that helped me on my journey with others, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
So
I think it's going to be a beautiful book. And so you said it comes out in January, is that right?
yeah, it comes out in January.
Neat.
Yeah, but I have a book launch party in January as well, before the official publishing date. And so I have
Hmm.
an abundance of printed books already.
Do you have, I was going to say, are you doing pre-sales on your
Um,
website or something?
I think Ingram Sparks will do pre-sale, but
Mhm.
Amazon doesn't. So
Mm.
like
Yeah.
um I believe so. So if you go onto Amazon, you can find my book and pre-order it, but it's not actually Amazon, Carrie told me. It's actually linked to Ingram Sparks,
Ingram.
which
Okay.
back end stuff, but yeah.
Hmm. Very cool. Well,
Yeah.
I'm excited to
Thank
see
you.
that. It sounds very interesting to me.
Thank you.
I
Thank
like
you
that.
very much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we could chat forever and ever. I
I
know.
know.
But I think we are kind of at a little standstill point here, and we could probably maybe even do another one of these.
Oh, I would
It
love
would
it.
actually, I feel like it would be really interesting to come back around and do another interview with you in about 6 months from now. After you've gone, I just got my chills when I said that, so we're going to schedule it. After your book launches and after we get to know each other a little bit better, I think it's going to be, I think it'll
Oh
be good.
gosh. I would be honored.
Yeah,
I just
I think
adore you. You're amazing.
I think it's fun. No, I think we're amazing together.
Thank
I
you.
think I think that however Carrie found us to put us together is a huge blessing, and I do hope you have told her thank you a million times.
Yes, I have for sure. And I'll tell her some more for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we will wrap it up. Tell people how they can find you. What's your website?
My website is www.staciemarie.love. And you spell Stacie, STACIEMARIE.love.
Perfect. I love
Yeah,
it. And I
thank
will
you.
link it below for those. And also hold up your book one more time
Oh, sure.
so they can see it, so they know what it is. It is so pretty. I know you drew those beautiful flowers. Yes,
No, I did not. Those are real flowers.
they are.
They're my favorite flower, peonies. So,
They're
and
very
favorite color.
pretty. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
people, I will also do a little link too for your book because it sounds really interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
and your
There's little
website.
mandalas in here too that I made.
Oh, so that like you can color?
Yeah, I made them myself and each
I
chapter, oh, this is
love
the heart
doing that.
chakra
Hmm.
one. So every chapter, there's 7 chapters in the book. So every single chakra, this is the symbol of the heart
Hmm.
chakra.
Right.
So, yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
love that. I've had other books where you have a moment to color in. I love that part
yeah,
very
fun.
much. So
Yeah.
good
Thank you
addition.
so much.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, we will say goodbye to all of our listeners and wishing you very well and on your journey and all the things.
Yeah.
So thank y'all for listening to this other episode of Align and Elevate. You can tell I've been doing a lot of things today. My brain is like, where am I? What am I doing? So we will say goodbye for now and till later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for listening today to Align and Elevate. If I can help you in any way, look me up at melanieking.me or check me out on Facebook, Instagram. MK Healer is my handle. As always, I will be me, you be you, and love who you are.